Hello, my soul family. Welcome to my Spiritual Counseling TV network. My name is Christie Ramirez, and I'm your soul coach. Welcome to this week's Q&A radio show. This is a show where I answer all your questions. If you have any questions for next week, make sure to leave them in my forum, christieramirez.com/forum. And this week's questions are so good. So today I chose 3 questions because they're very much of a deep answer. So depending on whether you know what the questions are, I can go anywhere from 3 to 10, even up to 15 questions. So it really just depends week by week. But today I really chose these 3 questions because it actually has to do a lot with what we're all dealing with worldwide, but also with this week's therapy session theme and motivational speech theme, which is about emotional stability and even relationships, right? We are in the month of February 2021, and Valentine's is around the corner. It's literally at the end of this week. And I know that we all want to have that one person that we can enjoy this day with. But remember that Valentine's Day should be a holiday that should be celebrated every day, right? Whether you're single or in a relationship, because if you're single, you definitely give that love to yourself and not wait for a partner to do that to you. And this is what's called manifestation. But if you are already in a relationship that's happy, then definitely this is something that you both should be working on. Okay, so this is going to be a great show today and a great month. So let's get excited and let's get started. Okay, for question number 1. Someone asked me today, during this COVID pandemic, I have been feeling very emotionally unstable. I know it's because of the fears and what's happening economically. Okay, so this is worldwide stuff. I have a family to support and I'm dealing with uncontrollable anxiety and even stress. How can I lessen my nerves? Thank you. Now, this is a very profound question because I know that many people can probably relate to you because everybody has been going through this little bit of a down moment when it comes to our financial pocket, right? That Department of Economy has suffered during this pandemic, sadly. But you know what? It's important for us to be able to find this emotional stability. Because believe it or not, the more that you give in to the stress and to the anxiety and to the fears, actually it's not only going to be more difficult to cope with what you're dealing with literally in the reality, but it might even attract continuous more reasons to even be more anxious, right? Because through the law of attraction, and I know this sounds cliche, but it's true, right? We want to stay in a positive mindset no matter what we're dealing with, because it's kind of like even people who haven't reached success, for example, they were not only always at the top. So how did they get to the top? You have to think about that, right? They had to stay positive and they had to stay in their inner knowing that, you know, eventually they knew that they were going to get there because they had the talents, they had the passion enough to eventually reach there. And this applies to the same mentality, because if you're dealing with something financially and fears based on the economy and how it relates to your personal life, then chances are that you're probably needing to start from zero again. And so this same quality and tip applies, right? We need to be able to calm our nerves by tackling our mindset and shifting our perspective, staying positive. It's the only way. And this is actually where my daily morning spiritual guidance videos every day in the morning that I give you exclusive here at the Spiritual Counseling TV networks come into play. Every time I watch those morning videos, it really helps me to stay positive. And you know, it really helps us also to think long term. And even those affirmations that we do in those videos also create more confidence within. And it actually is speaking to the universe of what it is that you do want and not what you don't want, right? Because if you're giving into fears and you're giving into this anxiety, you're basically saying to the universe that you believe these fears to be true and real. And this is actually what A Course in Miracles teaches us, which is the current book discussion in my spiritual book club at my School of Light. It teaches us that we teach what we believe. So by you embodying anxiety and just stress that's not productive, that's fear-based, then you're basically teaching others, maybe if you have you're a parent or a leader, but you're also teaching more of yourself, and you're telling the universe that you believe these fears to be true because you don't trust that something's good gonna come in the future. So we need to change this mindset, and we need to learn to trust in what's happening and learn to see the blessings in disguise and stay positive throughout the transition, because this is what we're all going through. We're going through a major life transition, and major life transitions are known to create emotional instability. So how do we do the opposite, right? Well, when we know what's happening, right, when you're aware of the big kind of dynamic of what we're dealing with, right, then you're able now to kind of be ahead of the game and not experience that unnecessary stress, because you know that at the end of the day, and eventually at the end of the year, and maybe even in the future, you're going to be all right, because God is always going to provide for you. And you know how to ensure that God will always provide for you is by always staying on track on your mission, on your soul path, staying a good person, being giving, even if you don't have enough to give. Give of what you can, because this is also another energetic exchange that we give with the universe. By giving, we're saying that we have more than enough to give. By giving love, we say that we have more than enough love to give. So be this person that's always giving, and also know how to receive, right? And this is kind of what I talked about in last week's Q&A show when I talked about manifestation, right? It has a lot to do with giving and receiving. So this is, I guess, in a nutshell, how you can lessen your nerves. It definitely goes deeper than just tackling the symptom of your nervous system. It goes into tackling the mindset. And it's funny also because in my latest spiritual talk for the full moon in Leo, which was last week, this is a special show that I do every new and full moon as part of my Body, Mind, and Spirit Health and Wellness brand. In the spirituality retreat specifically, I actually talked about and gave you some tips with using crystals that can help to lessen your nerves, a specific crystal. So watch that show. It's absolutely free on my YouTube channel, so that maybe that can also help you. So I really hope that this answer to your question helped to answer what you're seeking. And I hope this is what you were seeking, and I really do hope it makes a difference. So thank you. Let's jump on to question number 2. Hello, my soul family. Welcome to the Spiritual Counseling TV network. My name is Christie Ramirez, and I'm your soul coach. So I have a master's in marriage and family therapy, and I am pretty much a psychology expert. And every week here, exclusive at the Spiritual Counseling TV network, we do a lengthy therapy session. And this therapy session for this week is going to be all about achieving relationship stability with cognitive tools. It's going to go very, very deep into our brain and how we can use these cognitive tools in our toolbox to be able to achieve emotional stability, and then hence, as a result, relationship stability. Whether you're single right now or in a relationship, remember that we are constantly always in a relationship with those around us, family members, friends, strangers. So it doesn't only apply to romantic unions. This can be applied to everybody. So let's get started. I really do suggest that you have a notebook and perhaps write anything that stands out for you, and any assignments that I give to you, maybe any practice tips that you can use. Because remember that these therapy sessions is not only about what happens in this session, but it's also the ability to apply it in daily life. We want to be able to use these tools when necessary. So I really hope that this is going to help you in your life and significantly improve the quality of your relationships. So let's get started, and thank you for being a member exclusive here at the Spiritual Counseling TV network. Hello, my soul family. Welcome to the Spiritual Counseling TV network. My name is Christie Ramirez, and I'm your soul coach. I have a master's in marriage and family therapy, which is what inspired me to create this exclusive show here, the Couples Therapy Talk Show. And in today's episode, I actually want to bring in a very, very important topic about couples and relationships. We all wonder, what is it that's ailing when a relationship is failing, right? We all want to know what's going wrong so that either A, you can fix it, or B, not do it again, perhaps in a relationship that is for you. Because we need to remember that not every relationship is for you. not everybody is lucky enough to find it the first time around. So we need to just bring in this possibility. But of course, we all want to have that one relationship that we got it right the first time, right? But that's not the case in reality. There's different multiple cases of scenarios. So we're gonna bring in today, talk about repair strategies and the core triad as to realizing what is the dynamics essentially that needs work and focus on in a couples therapy session when a relationship is having trouble, or perhaps when the intimacy is gone, or something in the relationship is failing, or perhaps they're even in danger of separation. So we want to know what is it, those core reasons as to what brought them in the first place, and what is the true issue, right? Because remember that symptoms are only symptoms because of something of a deeper core root of what is the actual cause of the situation. Meaning that the symptoms just means that it's already too late, because it's being manifested now even stronger and present in the relationship. So we want to be able to target the dynamics within the partners and the actual relationship dynamic, okay? So this goes deep into taking a broader look at what's going on in a relationship from day one even. So even if you're single and not in a relationship, this can help you so that you can realize what it takes to develop and achieve, because this is an achievement per se, right? This is learning how to achieve a healthy partnership for the long term. And that's what I wish to bring with you with this couples therapy talk show, is give you these tools, these marital tools that are going to help you achieve sustainable, long-term, and very healthy and emotionally fulfilling long-term partnerships forever, right? So I really hope that you enjoy what we have to talk about today. It's gonna get deep, okay? And this is a talk show, of course, where I'm present here, and it's gonna be very long, but of course we're gonna continue with future sessions and see how it goes from there, okay? So let's get started.